Today's show is action-packed, so buckle up and let's dive into it.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, did you get enough of the stupidity coming out of Germany? Had enough? No, you want some more SHTF? Wait, there's more coming out of Europe. Yeah, that's right. This morning, Friday, we are really focusing on European stupidity and the acceleration of the problems over there that are going to affect us over here in the United States of America. Don't you worry. All of this has a shall we say, shared burden effect. They just can't help it. They can't help themselves. I want to talk about Finland just for a second here in a different kind of way, different than what I had prepared to say. Finland has shared a border with Russia since God knows when, forever, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Even when Russia was taken over by the communist Soviets, the Soviet Union, Russia shared a border with Finland. And all through the Cold War, from the end of World War II, all the way to the end of the Soviet evil empire in 1992, Finland shared a border with Russia, and they were not a member of NATO. That's right, folks. Finland wasn't a member of NATO. Neither was Sweden, Sverige. Neither were friends with NATO. I guess they were allies in a way, but they weren't NATO members. At a time when the Soviet communists were the evil empire and expanding into Eastern Europe. Incredible, huh? Yeah. So now Russia is preparing to cut gas supplies with Finland. Today, Friday, Russia, folks, is total scum. Totally scummy. How dare they? As Greta the Climate Grinch would say, how dare you? Russia has weaponized its energy and it's using it to punish its customers. I use the word customers very, very specifically. Folks, shit has hit the fan. We're not seeing bombs lobbed and missiles flying all over Europe. We're hearing bullshit being slung all over and crap being thrown, right? This is a mercantile war, except between Ukraine and Russia. Everything else is mercantile. It's business, right? Russia has weaponized its business in Europe the same way Europe and the United States have weaponized their currency. It's like one fighting with an Air Force, one fighting with the Navy. Got to have them both. But here we are. How dare you, Russia? How dare you, John, right? Let's pick on me. How dare you, John? You, John, want to defend Russia, saying Finland has been talking non-stop shit for weeks about Russia, threatening Russia with a nuclear weapons partnership by joining NATO. You want to talk all that shit? Yeah. You want to defend Russia, John? No. I want to talk about every side and see who is saying what, why, where, when, and how, so I can understand what's coming at us, you and me, SHTF style. I don't buy into the propaganda, right? I am pro-United States of America, not pro-U.S. government. And there's a distinction. I am pro-freedom and liberty, not pro-aggression, not pro-punishment, not pro-control, not pro-coercion, not pro-manipulation, not pro-psychological operations. I am pro-freedom, right? How dare you, John? You want to defend Russia? Well, okay, well, I guess if Finland wants to talk shit to a supplier of a resource, energy, oil, gas, if they want to talk shit to Russia, their supplier of a resource they can't live without, and they can't get anywhere else, especially at such cheap prices that Russia provides it, then I suppose Russia can tell Finland they're an unwanted customer. There it is, right? There it is. Russia is weaponizing its energy against its customers. Yeah, And Finland is talking shit and weaponizing itself against their business supplier. This is interesting, folks. Yeah, nations pick sides and there are consequences. Can you believe that? In the United States of America, we have witnessed the political left, the socialists here. And folks, yeah, they're socialists tied with business. You figure out what that means. The socialists here in America want to talk all kinds of trash, and there's never a consequence for them. But if you are a pro-freedom, pro-United States of America, pro-constitutionalist, you're not allowed to talk, right? And they get away with it because they control mainstream media and they're controlling social media to an unworldly, unwieldy measure, hurting us, trying to stop our network. That's why I count on you to share information, share these videos, share the location, the preparedmind.club, where we sell preparation items. Think you don't need them? Ask parents how the baby formula situation feels. Oh yeah, that's not the least of our worries, but it is just the start of the problems coming. So, back to the video. Finland wants to talk shit. There's consequences. This isn't the United States. This is dealing with Russia. You want to talk shit and threaten Russia? Okay, there it is. And by the way, media, the mainstream media, it is weaponized. The US dollar is weaponized. Everything is now weaponized. Oh, and by the way, Russian energy profits are up 50%. I guess using the dollar and the SWIFT system, that is the international Visa debit card system. That's what the SWIFT system is. Just think of it as a Visa card nations use to do deals with and then settle their debts. You want to kick Russia out of the SWIFT system and say you can't use the dollar? Well, I guess that backfired because Russia just turned around and said, then you'll pay us in rubles. You'll buy our rubles and you'll pay us in rubles since there's no SWIFT system. Big, giant, fat middle finger. Yeah, middle finger to Russia or from Russia to Europe, to Germany, to Finland, to anyone who wants to buy its resources. You want to attack Russia with some more mainstream media lies and bullshit? You want to use threats of a nuclear weaponized alliance, Finland? Then you have to look out. There's a consequence, right? There's a consequence. Everything has consequences at that level, right? Who am I down here at this level? I'm just a little guy. I'm a little person. I'm a pawn like you guys, talking about events that are way out of our control. But as a pawn, yeah, we're going to be affected by everything that's happening. At the same time, we're free to move around. We're free to protect ourselves. We're free to get prepared. And that's what the preparedmind.club is about. That's what the Prepared Mind on Patreon is sharing information. We're flying below the radar. We're deep in the jungle of the population as patriots and preppers. We're not engaged in battling at their level. We can, of course, send texts, emails, phone calls out to allies and also to our elected representatives. We can do that. That's how we can participate, and I do encourage that. But first, I say get prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Have a plan. If the power goes out, if the fuel stops, if the food is shorted, right? Whatever the problem is, the water's turned off. What's your plan? What is your plan? That's the big question. But prep to action. Start taking action and engaging at whatever level you can by communicating with our leaders and going, stop the games and lies, fix our energy issues. It's not just inflation. It's the fact that our energy issues in this country have been affected by Biden's policies. Let's not go down the path of Europe, Germany, Finland, the rest of the nations there, and not have their own energy and relying on their enemy to supply. That's right, folks. You're probably burning a little bit of Russian fuel in your fuel tanks because Russian oil was bought and brought here after this war started. There's hypocrites in Washington, folks, but we don't fool ourselves here because chance favors the prepared mind. And I know you are thinking, Semper Fi. Always faithful. And Godspeed and God bless America.